Well, we first announced yesterday that Forbes and Know Your Value will continue shining a light on women over 50. Last month, we unveiled the first 50 over 50 list after receiving an unexpected and unprecedented amount of nominations. And we knew the story didn't end there. So this morning, we are unveiling 50 over 50 Impact, a list of the women who are changing their industries and communities through their work in politics, law, education, and social entrepreneurship. The full Impact list is coming up a bit later in the show, but one of those women featured is Valerie Biden Owens. She's leading us off this morning. The political strategist, campaign manager, educator is President Biden's 75-year-old sister and one of the architects behind his November victory. And I recently sat down with her for an exclusive interview. So Val Biden at 20, 25, 30 years old, did you ever imagine your career after 50?
No. I didn't have a game plan, but I always knew that I wanted to be in the game. And I wanted to be alert and alive and vibrant with my family in my own home. And I also wanted to be alert and vibrant outside my home at the world at large. So I didn't know where I would be at 50. I knew from the beginning at 20 and 25 that my brother was going to seek public office, and I knew that wherever he was going to go, I was going to go with him because
he needed you.
Well, we've been best friends my whole life. He told me since I was a little girl, Mika, that whatever he could do, he said I could do better. So he said, "Come on, Val, we've got places to go and things to do and people to see," and off we went. And his journey in politics, he took me along with him, and I've managed his campaigns and, for 7 consecutive Senate races and then the 2 bids for the presidency. So I've been with him all along. And in the meantime, it was only after 50 that I started to go on side journeys or adventures of my own.
You said you've been with him pretty much every step of the way. That's through the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. When you think of the Biden journey.
Well, it's called family.
Yeah.
And a tight family is a blessing, but with a tight family, you also, for every high that you go with together, you go in the lows together too. And Mom said from when we were raised to believe that we were a gift to one another, and we did believe it. And so we've stuck together. I have 3 brothers, and I'm telling you, it's not the hardest is the elder one. It's not easy raising an older brother.
I know.
I'm going right to heaven.
I have 2.
Well, we should have a drink and talk about it later.
1 Dem, 1 Republican.
Well, you have some work to do.
I have a lot of work to do. No, I hear you, as you know. So I'm curious, though, career-wise, especially in our generation, I feel like young women, even today, they plan. We like plans. We're interested in sort of knowing, where we're going, what we're doing. But I never planned after 50, my career. I never even thought about it. Did you?
No, and I think that, first of all, there's a great deal to be said about planning and preparing. And to the extent that I planned for, I didn't know what I was planning for, but education was the key in our family. So my parents told us that we could do whatever we wanted to do, but education was the key, and that we had to work hard. After that, what I have learned after 50 is that in spite of how much you plan and in spite of how much you prepare, that life has a way of interrupting. And there's no accounting for what life dishes out for you. There's only accounting for how you deal with it. And so you've got to, you got to stay in the game when my mom told us that failure in everyone's life was inevitable, but that giving up was unforgivable. So I have had an aid in my faith. So my faith has given me courage, and my courage has given me strength to get back up and to keep moving forward. And that's what power is. I think that's raw power, of pulling it together, getting up, and you're not going to let them get you down, and you're going to keep going.
That is so Biden. It is very, very Biden.
Genes will out.
Yeah, that's for sure.
If you do the right things at the right time for the right reasons, the real stumbling block is it always doesn't come out the right way that you thought that it should. And it is, life just has a way of unfolding. So you just have to be open. It doesn't mean you sit back and you say, oh, what will be, will be. No, you keep working to be the best that you can, and then you make things happen when you see opportunity.
Was there ever a time that life interrupted too much, though?
Well, clearly, to me, is when Bo died.
Right.
And what are you talking about? This magnificent young man is 46 years old. He's a husband, he's a father, he's a son, he's a nephew, he's the Attorney General, he's going on to, hopefully continue in the government, and we was looking at considering being governor, running for governor, and he has brain cancer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my brother has used an expression from Kierkegaard, and it's extremely appropriate, I think, and it says, faith sees best in the dark. And I am a Catholic schoolgirl. I am a practicing Catholic because I get solace out of it. I do say the rosary. I do pray to Saint Teresa. I pray for strength. I never pray for an outcome. I pray for the strength to deal with whatever it is.
I'm trying to especially make sure that this powerful list of women sends a message to much younger women than us, who are in their 20s and 30s, who are rushing, and they're trying to fit everything in, and they feel like they don't have time. They're not even thinking about 50. Did you have a moment when you realized, I'm going to be in the game a lot longer than I thought? I may not have planned 50, but at 60 or 65, I'm having more impact. I didn't, is there a good message here for young women?
Yeah.
Whoa, calm down, slow down.
Well, there's the initial reaction of, I got to do this and go. There's a part of me that says, yeah, go for it, girl, do it.
Right.
But there's a caveat that I have learned in my wisdom of being older, and that is, be careful what you wish for.
Yes.
And just think back. I mean, how about if you had gotten that first job that you were just you couldn't wait to get your hands on, or the guy that you were crazy about,
exactly,
and he was going to be the perfect person for you. What would have happened if you had ended up with him? You have to trust in yourself, and you have to have some confidence that not everything works out the way you think it's supposed to at the time, but you're going to go and you're going to make it work out. What I would say to these young people: be open. Serendipity plays such a greater role in our lives than we would ever figure. So I got the plan, I've got the purpose, I've got the education, I'm going for this, and then life interrupts. But serendipity's our friend. If you're just open and say, never thought of that.
Mika, that such a powerful interview. Faith sees best in the dark. It really is. You heard about her faith throughout that interview, and just the strength, praying for strength, not outcome, but praying for strength.
She's practical and inspiring at the same time. I loved talking to her. Loved every moment.